I have a homeboy going through some shit right now. And I was like, him and his girl are having some issues or whatever. And he's going through like losing some houses, like with the market and everything. And, business not going through so well. And through the arguing and stuff, I'm like, oh man, this girl is just not really playing it right. Because if you want your man to pour into you, like when he's shit and he doesn't feel like he can be a protector and provider, that's when you gotta like pick your battles and be like, I'm just gonna pour into this guy right now because he'll be able to give this back to me. It's not the time to be like, you don't show me any affection. I can't do that right now. I can't do it right now because physically I'm not powered up with what I need. And normally I can try and go out in the world and get that myself. But your job as my girl is when I can't get that extra 5%, 10% boost, when I can't find that juice, when there's no more in the bank, when there's no more in the tank, you're supposed to be like, oh, here you go. There's just another 5 gallons to get you to the closest gas station. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. And this is why I always talk about how women can really make a man.
100%.
Right? 100%. And how they can lift us up.
I'm so understanding
exactly what I talk about.
I'm so understanding
and a lot of men, and I see it now because of the content I made, a lot of men, no, I don't need no girl. I don't need this. I don't need, no. They can't do nothing for me. You know what I mean? They can't do crap with S&D. Like, they're no good. Like, no, man, you have no idea the power of a woman. And I don't think women even understand the power that they have and how they can uplift us. Like you said, in certain situations, don't bring me down, lift me up. Choose your battles. You know, that's great. You put it it's phenomenally.
Yeah, I think like even with what you're saying, even when you're saying it, I'm like as a man, if you ain't gonna be the man, you just ain't gonna be the man, and no woman's gonna change that for you. Right. But so when you say like, oh, I don't need a woman to pull me down, I don't need to do this, none of us need that. That's obvious.
Fact.
But if you're like the dude that you're supposed to be, and you hook up with the right girl, you're gonna be whatever you thought you were supposed to be, you're gonna be even better than that.
Fact.
You're gonna be even better than that.
Fact.
Because you're gonna start seeing shit that you're less like, holy, like I didn't even know I had this in me. I didn't even know like I could push myself like this. But now, because like, man, some of this craziest stuff, like again, you see your woman working hard and you're just like, I can't let my girl outwork me.
You see what I'm saying?
I can't let my girl outwork me. And she's not doing it spitefully, but just seeing her work ethic, you're just like, I'm the man. I have to work harder than this.
Yes, I agree.
That's stuff that like, again, you can't get that on your own.
So that's why I also say things like, women, like they're motivating for men. They can be
and we had
motivation
this, like,
for a man. And
you had this post this week about that too, right?
And a lot of men take it the wrong way. They say, "Oh, that's simp energy. That's
no,
beta." Because a man is not supposed to care about women so much. You're not supposed to. They may be thinking I'm just thinking about effing women. And that's not what it is.
I think some of them thought that. I think
a lot of them think that, and even the ones that don't, but they still take it the same way. Well, it's beta. Like we don't need women. Men, get that out of your mind. That's so
hella out of your mind. Hella. You know what, man? If that's how you think, then maybe just don't mess with them anymore.
Well,
if you think that they, there's no use for them or whatever, then why don't you just cut them out?
You know what I find funny to those guys that say, like, I don't need women, I don't want to date. I challenge them to look at the history on their phone. On their internet browser.
I know, right?
And look in their gallery.
It's the wrong women too, though. That's the funny thing.
They're literally watching.
They're infatuated.
Like this every single
infatuated with the sexualization of them, and like that's like.
And if you don't want women in this world, you don't even have that. So I don't know what you're gonna do. You see what I'm saying? I don't get it, and I don't think they think that all the way through.
Yeah,
right. Because if there's no women in the world, you ain't getting those images to even look at.
Yeah. Well, you said, I think it's the way that you worded it too. Like you on that the specific post we're talking about, and if you guys have the chance, go check them out.
About the cookie.
give him your tag and
Troy
everything.
Campbell.
He was saying that men, we do a lot of stuff for the cookie. And yes, there's two. At sometimes it's literally just for the cookie, but when you're saying that, and correct me if I'm wrong, when you say for the cookie, it's not always just like just about the cookie.
No.
We're saying you said it, but it means like the woman.
Yeah.
At some point when you're younger, it's literally about just pussy.
Yeah.
As you get older, when you refer to the cookie, you mean like the woman.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Because
okay,
at the beginning of the post, I said we do it for the women, and yeah, it's for women. I think women are very motivating. I don't think if women were around, I think a lot of men and some men know.
Yeah.
Me, I like to, I guess, impress women. I don't know if that's a good thing to say or whatever, but I like, you know what I mean? A woman needs help, I'm going to help her. Yeah. I like being able to do things and like show that I'm worthy of a woman's attention. That motivates me.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of dudes will say that's simp. A lot of dudes can't relate to that. They'll be like, no, I don't care. Like for me,
I don't know about
if
that.
women weren't in the world, I wouldn't want to shave my head as clean as I do every day. Like, you know what I mean? I want to present myself in a certain way because women are around. If it was just dudes around,
you wouldn't give a shit.
I wouldn't care.
Yeah,
and that's
and
just an example, right? That's just an example. And then, you know, at the end of the post, I said, hey, listen, a lot of men like myself, we think about the cookie and we want the cookie and we're going to do what we can to get the cookie. You see what I'm saying? It's just like, it's just being real in that regard. But it's not all about getting the cookie. No. Yeah. But for a
large part of it is.
For a lot of us, we're thinking about it a lot.
It's in the back of our mind. It's floating around back there.
Right? Like, we're thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think
it's not all about that.
No, it's not all about that. I mean, if we're really being technical, this is why
I think, I don't know who said it. You may know. I think it was an artist that said, "Cookie runs the world." I'm trying not to say the word, but right, it runs the world.
Yeah.
And that can make sense to me in a way.
In a big way.
Right?
In a big way.
Because that's like so amazing.
Yeah.
And men are like, you know what I mean, working towards it, you know?
So for me, I think I agree with that, like 70-80%. I think for me personally, what also drives me is adventure and mystery. And without women, I think that would still drive me. I just don't think I'd be driven the same way. Like I just wouldn't reach probably the heights that I could reach with a good person beside me. But like, would I still want to drive fast cars? Yeah, I like that shit. Would I still want to like explore and see if I can go to not personally the bottom of the ocean because I'm not that strong of a swimmer, but if I could, I would want to. Would I still want to like find out what's in space? I absolutely would. So maybe I still would be driven, but certain things, like I said, I probably wouldn't care.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care to be like, you know, upkeep myself. I wouldn't care if I wouldn't. There's just certain things I wouldn't care about.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess I'm beta. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't think you'd give a shit about any of that stuff?
I had a conversation with my boy the other day. I'm like, nah. What's the point? Why are we here? I don't think I'd care. I really don't think I'd care. Yeah, for some reason, I just don't think I'd care about anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there would still be a drive for me to explore and figure things out. And learn.
I don't know who
I'm just a curious mind like that.
Yeah,
you know. I think I'm just a curious mind like that. You don't think you'd want to like again like drive a fast car? You don't think you'd want that experience?
Yeah, I'd do it.
You don't think you'd want to like,
be like,
I don't know,
what?
Jump out a plane just to see what it feels like?
Yeah, and I'd be like, now what?
Yeah, but you would always be you would still be doing that. You would still have that drive.
I'd be searching for that high that a woman gives me.
Of course.
I'd rather just have a woman.
You would still be searching for a high.
Yeah,
that's what my point is.
That would suck. Just searching all the time. It's like these people out here dating, searching to find somebody.
Yeah.
I found my girl that gives me my high every day. I'd rather just have the woman in my life versus trying to chase it and trying to find something that doesn't exist.
That's where I disagree. I think I would even with having a woman, you're still chasing highs. You're still chasing adventure. I'm still wanting to explore.
Yeah,
the drive is just different. That's what my thing was. The
you.
drive would be different. It's intensified more with a woman, and there's extra stuff that we do because of that.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
And deep conversations.
Deep conversations.
deep thoughts
it always takes me into this like zone, this pit where I got so much thoughts in my head and I don't know how to like articulate them properly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it gives me like these feelings of like because I'm an actor, like and like I try to put myself in that position almost and feel what it would feel like without a woman. And
that's what I was trying to do.
And I don't like the feeling.
Oh, I don't like.
Right?
Wait a minute.
Like my heart physically hurts right now. Yeah.
I never said.
Yeah.
Not once did you hear me say, "Oh, I like this feeling without them. It's good. I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
This is great." But I would still be curious. I would still have like my adrenaline rush, and it would probably make me happy for a very short time. You know what? I think, and somebody said this, and maybe this is what they meant. I think I'd be more driven to find adventure because there would be something missing that I'd be trying to fill.
Yeah.
So I'd be more driven to like, let's see how tall I can, build this house.
Yeah.
Let's see how heavy I can lift this rock.
Yeah.
And just challenging myself.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't what would be the purpose of it?
Like I said, you're searching for that energy, that love that you couldn't find, right?
Yeah.
You would never find, right?
The hormone response to the stuff that I'm talking about is dopamine, and it's very fleeting, in and out. It's currency. But the other emotions that you wouldn't have are like the oxytocins that are like the love and the the serotonins, these feel good, the endorphins. Maybe you get some endorphins. I'm not a scientist, but those things we wouldn't have, and they make us human. So saying we don't need women, like unless you're gonna be you're gonna flip the script and go a little crooked and love another dude, I mean, I don't mean like, not like, oh, homie, I love you, dog. Not like that.
No.
I'm talking about, I love you, dog. I love you, dog. Pause. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't, like, what happens to the brain what happens to your brain and your body and your mood when you're not getting to experience or that, hormone is not being released and used. I don't even know.
Bro. You're a simp, bro. You're a simp.
Call it what you want.
How many guys
I give a lot less shits nowadays, huh? I give a lot less shits nowadays. I really do.